Kamala do the Fox debate? Senator?
You know what?
Tell me.
Ask her.
We can't. She won't answer. Senator, she can't do Fox. How is she going to face Putin? Senator, if they're pushing Biden out, how do we know they're not going to push Kamala out, too?
Who's there?
You, Pelosi.
Me? What the hell are you talking about?
Did you guys do it?
What are you talking about?
Biden was pushed out.
By who?
By the Democrat Party.
No, I'm the Democratic Party.
Hey fam, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another reaction. This is Segovia coming to you live from the man cave. Hope everyone out there is having a good day. Y'all, we're back with another reaction. Oh, compared to how I was feeling yesterday at this time, night and day. Y'all got a lot of stuff done. Still got some things to check off on my checklist, right? I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get to them, but hey, we're gonna try. But I'm already having a better day getting things done, y'all. Again, like I said, we're meant to get things done throughout the day. But anyways, y'all, we're back with another reaction. We got a good one today. We got a good one. I ain't lying. So make sure you guys sit back, relax, and enjoy the reaction.
Man touches the Annabelle doll.
Lord, protect us from any evil, inhuman, or demonic entities that may surround this or infuse in this doll. In the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. I'm going to open up the case. You're going to quickly, Dan. I mean quick. Grab it and put it in. And just close it up fast. Close it up quick. That's good, Dan. That's good. That's all right.
Man, he wanted to close that quick.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. Dan, let me see your hands again. Okay. And now she's transferred. One more time. Okay. Now she's transferred over. And we're going to keep her in there temporarily until we can do the noted repairs. Now behind that, just to let you guys know, behind that is the Lord's Prayer imprinted, embossed in this case. Holy oil and holy water and holy oil are infused in the stain. On both sides, the cross is engraved that Dan did, and also the St. Michael, the Archangel prayer of protection. It's also there along with, there's one cross, two crosses, and a third cross here.
Represents the Trinity.
The Holy Trinity, Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. So for Elton and for Dan.
So I take your card, yes, and when I put it in, you see it going inside, right? You see it going in the middle? No, it's an optical illusion, so it's always right here. Let me do it again, look. So you see it going in the middle, right? But it's an optical illusion. See, it doesn't move? I'll do it again so you can see it happens. This is your card, and here, you know what? If I don't want it to be an optical illusion, I put it inside, and nothing happens, right? Nothing. But if I do this, then the illusion happens, and suddenly it appears to be. You know what I can do? I'll put a little bend in it like this. You can see that, yeah? These go above, and seeing it just jumps like this through. But hold on, let me ask you a question.
Check out the end of this doll.
Can you pull one out? Don't let me see. Pull one. I don't care. Whichever you want. Of all the cards you could have had, look which one you took.
That's crazy.
This video of Usher is going viral online at one of his performances, and I'm not sure what's going on here, but let me know what you guys think.
I think it's.
It looks like he's been partying since that Super Bowl, right? He don't look healthy. He's skinny. His voice sounds weird. These celebrities, man. These celebrities.
It's just going to get weirder and weirder and weirder, and finally, it's going to be so weird that people are going to have to talk about how weird it is. I look for the invention of artificial life, the cloning of human beings, possible contact with extraterrestrials, possible human immortality, and at the same time, appalling acts of brutality, genocide, race baiting, homophobia, famine, starvation. The mushroom said to me once, it said, "This is what it's like when a species prepares to depart for the stars. You don't depart for the stars under calm and orderly conditions. It's a fire in a madhouse. And that's what we have, the fire in the madhouse at the end of time. This is what it's like when a species prepares to move on to the next dimension.
See, that was 25 years ago, right? So what was that? Getting ready for the New World Order? Not the New World Order, the Y2K, right? 98, give or take, right? 2024, so 2000, 99. How much weirder is it now? How much crazier is it now? Right? Might be time to jump planets.
The battle for the mind of North America will be fought in the video arena, the Videodrome. The television screen is the retina of the mind's eye. Therefore, the television screen is part of the physical structure of the brain. Therefore, whatever appears on the television screen emerges as raw experience for those who watch it. Therefore, television is reality, and reality is less than television.
So they found a whale skeleton in the middle of the Sahara Desert, and they don't really know how it got there. Well, they actually found more than one. As a matter of fact, close to 1,000 whale skeletons were uncovered in this part of the desert, first found in 1902, with a near-perfect skeleton, almost fully intact, discovered as recently as 2016. Some claim it may be an indicator of a certain lost civilization that got swept by the sea. Because about 5 to 10,000 years ago, science shows the entire Sahara Desert was actually a luscious green oasis, and even hosted what would be the largest lake in the world, known as Lake Megachad. Yeah, really, that's what it's called, and it was bigger and deeper than any other lake on Earth. Except, last I checked, whales don't really live in lakes. Even the biggest lake in the world, the Caspian Sea, which, yes, it's called a sea, but it's technically considered the world's largest lake, has no whales. Oceans have whales. But the only way they could have ever reached this far inland into the Sahara where their bones were found is if the area was completely submerged by the ocean, which is exactly what would have happened if something like, I don't know, worldwide cataclysms that reset civilization and flooded kingdoms like Atlantis went down. But I don't know, it's just a theory. The Sahara Desert is one of the least studied places on Earth due to its harsh climate and politically unstable regions. This area in particular has come to be known as Wadi al-Hitan, the Valley of the Whales, located in Egypt, and may hold many other secrets that are going to take decades to uncover. But the real craziest part is that scientists claim this green Sahara 5,000 years ago was just the most recent out of over 200 green periods the desert's been through over the past couple million years, meaning it's statistically inevitable that a green Sahara Desert will happen again.
How would you?
So think about it, right? Millions of years, 200 luscious green turnarounds. Why wouldn't we have been around 2 million years ago? Right? What makes, I mean, us maybe so special that we've only been around for, let's just say 100,000 years that scientists think, but the Earth, billions of years, luscious green lands for millions of years with resources to survive, fruits, vegetables, animals, whales were around. Why weren't we around, right? Maybe we're giants, built those pyramids like they build a house out here with their hands, right? Who knows?
You build a box like this from a 100-ton solid block of granite. Perhaps you'd get some slaves to hack away at it with copper chisels, or maybe just rub some slightly harder stones against it until it magically starts to take shape. And how would you then achieve those perfectly straight inside corners, flawlessly aligned with all the other corners using nothing more than ropes, strings, and your impeccable eyesight? Never mind that you'd have to make all flat surfaces on opposite ends of the box, ensuring the exterior and interior walls are parallel to within 1/1000th of an inch and perfectly perpendicular to all adjacent walls at exactly 90 degrees, something we struggle to do today with advanced laser measuring tools. The inside corners are so precise that even the tip of a ballpoint pen seems crude in comparison. We require CNC-type machines with tungsten carbide or titanium carbide to achieve that level of accuracy in marble. And even those can't handle granite without diamond-tipped blades, as the carbide ones wear down too quickly. But sure, a bunch of ancient workers with copper tools somehow managed to craft over a dozen such granite boxes found in the Serapeum of Saqqara in Egypt. Makes perfect sense.
You get arrested. I believe I believe he's coming in September. Because you got to realize the grand jury intervened. They may have 45 days, 60 days, 90 days. They never usually go past 120 days. They got enough information, and they probably got enough stuff that he's probably willing to plea bargain or see if they're going to give him that. Or if they're going to let him plead or something. But I don't think the grand jury is going past 120 days.
And this is inside information you're getting, right? Or this is something you believe personally?
Well, I believe that personally, and then for the fact of the matter is that I know somebody who testified to the grand jury, to the Homeland Security. And they was made reference to some like, they thought that they couldn't go nowhere around in September or whatever like that. So maybe around in September something will happen. Well, that's what they're waiting on. That's why all these documentaries and these people are waiting on. They waiting on him to get arrested. They waiting on the grand jury to say, we find him guilty, we indict him, and the whole 9 yards. And watch how many documentaries and how many YouTubers and everybody gonna talk about it and everything like that.
Bro, is Tupac alive?
Is Pac still alive?
Please tell me. I need to know the truth, man. Because Suge Knight keeps saying that there's somebody claiming to be his daughter that's talking about this.
Yeah, that lady crazy, man. I seen that video. She's crazy. Pac he died, unfortunately. You know, that he passed away.
There was someone that said they never saw a funeral
because he got cremated. So cremated, you know, cremated is that they want
when
to
they
burn to ashes. So that was something he left in his will, that he wanted his mother to cremate him. And it kind of reminded me of the hadith. You know, it is a hadith. If I'm not mistaken, I don't want to say anything wrong, but it was a man who was so afraid of Allah. He was a sinner, very bad individual, but he feared Allah so much. And if I'm not mistaken, that he wanted to be burnt and scattered in the sea after he died, only out of fear of Allah. And Allah still put him back together and from his mercy forgave him because he was a person of Tawheed. And I'm hoping, you know, a situation like that with Pac, because we want good for our people, you know, so I'm hoping.
Yeah, man. He was a good man. He was a good man. Yes, he was involved in a lot of gang-related activity, but I believe he was really a good man. And he had love for Muslims, because I remember seeing a clip about him saying, somebody approached him for a movie for $100,000. He needed to play a role of a gangbanger that's a Muslim. And he said, there's no such thing.
Yeah, Pac, he had a lot of people don't know his first cousins were Muslims. He had many first cousins who were Muslim. He had uncles that was Muslims. Matulu Shakur, may Allah have mercy on him. His stepfather was a Muslim. So Islam was pretty much around him. You know what I mean? And he knew better. That's why he didn't play that role. Back then, $100,000 was a lot of money for a movie for a 22-year-old kid.
Yes.
And he rejected it.
Check out the sun, y'all. It's really digitally enhanced, right? It's NASA right there. That's our hard-earned tax money right there. I could probably make that online.
Video.
Oh, damn, it's huge.
Should we run?
No, maybe if you were in base camp, you wouldn't be that happy. Wow, look at that. Holy shit.
Oh my gosh.
Their base camp was down there. Imagine if they were like,
oh my gosh.
There.
Holy.
Oh my god.
It's crazy.
We're definitely going to get hit by the wind.
Yeah, maybe.
Wow. No, you're fine. I mean, you can come down if you want. But
our tents are going to be...
Wow. More our base camp, that's a concern. Yeah.
These people living their best life out there. Just
still something.
It's pick hiking.
Really?
Yeah, it's just the wind's going to hit the base camp.
Oh my god.
No, we haven't been hit by the wind yet. It's coming. It was a big
time. Illegal immigrants in California now one step closer to receiving state funds that they could use for a down payment on a home. Senior national correspondent William LaJeunesse reports. Hi, William.
Well, Martha, the bill just passed the state Senate. Now goes back to the Assembly, where Democrats have a supermajority, and aides tell me it is likely to pass. The bill makes illegal migrants eligible for $150,000 to buy a new home.
When you stand and look at the Ark, and I saw the Ark in the lower mountains of Ararat, and there in those lower mountains really are the ruins of Noah's Ark. So I've been studying this for years and decided to go there. And when I went there, Eric, it is amazing. And because of all the scans that they have done and ground penetrating radar, show right angles, rooms, compartments, 3 levels. And if you can imagine this, there is still a central corridor that has never been filled in. If you could get to it, it looks like you could walk through it. And if you look at the ground penetrating radar, the bottom of that structure is the hull of the ship. And there it is, sitting in the mountains of Ararat. And that's what the Bible says in Genesis chapter 8:4, that the ark rested in the mountains of Ararat.
Remember?
Just like 2012, right? Had arcs in the mountains. Price of fame right here, y'all. This is the price of fame.
When John Cena did this on live television, well,
To
he
blur this
finally
out.
spoke about it, and just let me know what you think about his response.
Which was harder, the sex scene in Trainwreck or sex scene at the Oscars?
The Oscars. But then I walk out in front of a room of my peers, many of which I've never met because I haven't worked my way up to meet.
Right.
I have the most decorated performers, producers, directors in one room, and I'm going to go out there with my balls in the wind with an index card covering my stuff, being like, hey guys, is this funny? Are we good? Are we all right? That was
How did they convince you to do that?
It was funny.
See how he says, how do they convince you to do that? Because he obviously didn't want to do that. So he's like, how the hell did they convince you to do that? Pay attention to who called him to do this thing he didn't want to do.
Jimmy Kimmel called me personally. He's like, I need you to come to the Oscars. I'm like, Jimmy, I'm in between stuff. Like, I need some time to recharge. And he's like, just let me send you the bit. And he sent it on paper, and I called him back. I'm like, when do you need me there? It wasn't a thing of like, and I honestly thought I would be more naked.
Right.
I expected full dick and nuts, but it's Disney, so you gotta, I like put tape on my butt crack and stuff. You can't, that was even more embarrassing. Right. Like, going out there with a taped butthole. That's tough. That's tough. But as soon as I read it, and I'm so fortunate that Jimmy Kimmel thought of me.
Why do we spend 14 years at school, kindergarten, junior, middle school?
Real quick, why? You're already a multi-millionaire. You can't walk down the street without somebody, you know what I mean? You can't walk down the street, right? Why do you need to do something you don't want to do? Will it all get taken away, right? Did Mr. Kamala, Mr. Biden, Jimmy Kimmel tell you if you don't do this, kiss goodbye your fame? Next thing you know, you're crazy in the streets, running around naked. You might as well do it on national TV and become famous, right? It's a sick game out there, y'all.
Or high school, learning things that will be of no value that you can look up on the internet. You know, my daughter had to learn the capitals of all the states and the names of the rivers in Canada going from left to right or west to east or whatever. Why? You can look that up. And anyone who learned those things, if you ask them now, they probably don't remember. And what consequences, but they didn't teach our kids how to balance a checkbook. You know, in fact, checks aren't used that much, but how to balance a bank account or how to figure out how much you've got there or how to make a transaction. The things that I think would be really useful, they don't teach. Because I think what's going on is in school, we're taught skills that you can use in a job to swap time for money. And why are we taught those things? Because school teachers, by definition, have a job. They are already people who swap time for money.
How about this? I'm sorry, y'all. This is an important topic, but one thing they don't teach, right? How to open up a Roth IRA and invest in the simple S&P 500, right? I have a close family member. He worked his whole life, right? His bosses were putting their money in the S&P, right? Didn't do it, right? Now he is. Now he's making some profit on his retirement. But if he would have done that with his retirement back when he started working at the company, 30, 40 years, putting everything, half his check in there into his retirement, which was going nowhere, making 3% interest in a what is it, a mutual growth fund, right? Not a mutual growth, like a high interest yield account, right? Pretty much. He would have put it in the S&P, that 100,000 that he ended in 30 years, 3, 4, 5 million, right? But they don't teach you that in school. They don't teach you that at orientation when you're sitting down ready to sign your papers for your taxes and all that. They don't teach you that. That's what they need to be taught. That's what we need to do as parents. That I'm going to do as a parent is teach my boy that, right?
They go, you know, you can hang out
shut up now.
upstairs if you're doing something, but you cannot go up there in the belly room. Like, it's closed. He's like, there's something going up there, but I went up there. You know, the back entrance, up the black. I opened up that back thing, right? It's pitch black in there, but I see candles, right? I swear to God, I saw this. 15 people wearing hoods and purple cloaks. Okay? And they're chanting. Right? And then, so I go back downstairs and I wait to see. They come down after the seance. You know who I saw? One of them was Lily Tomlin. The second one was Bob Zamuda. You know Bob Zamuda? And they were seancing Andy Kaufman's ghost.
Ooh, some dark stuff.
Did it work? I don't know. I didn't stay up there long enough to know. But what I'm saying is that there's something about that belly room that is a portal of something.
No, what's going on here, man? Like, God, talk to me, man. What's going on here, man? Like, I need to know what's going on. Like, talk to me. Like, is the dolphins and the sharks beefing? Are they spinning the block?
All right, pay attention on this clip. I'm sorry, I'm talking a lot, but pay attention on this clip to how the leaders on the left react to the tough questions, how rude they are, how mean they are, how much hatred they have from getting asked these questions. And pay attention to when Trump or his vice president or, you know, people that support Trump get asked those questions, how polite, how nice they are, right? Pay attention to how they react, how they respond. Pay attention. I promise I'm gonna shut up.
Kamala do the Fox debate? Senator?
You know what?
Tell me. Ask her. We can't. She won't answer. Senator, she can't do Fox. How is she going to face Putin? Senator, if they're pushing Biden out, how do we know they're not going to push Kamala out too?
Who's they?
You, Pelosi.
Me? What the hell are you talking about?
Did you guys do it?
What are you talking about?
Biden was pushed out.
By who?
By the Democrat Party.
No, I'm the Democratic Party.
I know.
The face of a creature not from this dimension was spotted by eagle-eyed viewers during a news report on the Russia-Ukraine conflict. The creature looks to be very interested in what was going on inside the reporter's own home. The reporter's home is surrounded by a forest, and it's winter, as there is a deep bedding of snow outside. The creature just appeared at the window, and its face is pressed right up to the glass. This is insane footage. Observe.
There's something there, right? You see him with the eyes? Oh yeah, you see him. Round, bald head. Blinking.
Take a look at this old bell that they just digged up, y'all. This right here is in South Carolina. This bell weighs almost 560 pounds alone. Of course, they had to use one of the Tonka toys in order to dig it out of the earth because no man can lift that on its own. But you guys do know what bells were used for, right? You guys do know why we don't see them anymore, right? Why we don't hear them anymore. Remember we used to hear them all the time? Just take a look at all these bells over here. This was in the early 1900s. They gathered almost 170,000 bells all together and they destroyed them. Like over here. When bells are rung, they emit a powerful frequency and vibration that dispel negative energies, which in case promotes healing, health, wealth, abundance. Not to mention they ward off negative entities, parasites within you and around you. This is why big bells and certain bells were housed in churches, because churches was actually a place that you can go to heal thyself. Do you guys remember Spider-Man and Venom? Look at the scene over here when Spider-Man tries to release the Venom, the symbiote, the parasite. Y'all see how he rung the bell? And as soon as he rung the bell, the parasite, the symbiote, which is venom because it's in his veins, venom started coming off. and then started finding its way down to Eddie, which is the die, Ed Eddie Barak, which is death. You see that? And it's the X. X marks the spot. That's where you would stand in order to heal yourself. They show you everything in these movies. Look at that.
Apparently, Bill Maher supports drafting women, and Tulsi Gabbard shocks him with her stance on the draft in general.
Men do still have to register for the draft.
Well, this is actually something that they also just changed through the National Defense Authorization Act. Now, men don't have to register because they're automatically registering them as soon as they turn 18.
The Democrats, in an election year, now we want women to register because there's 250,000 women in the military right now. If something was so catastrophic that we did have to draft people, why shouldn't women go?
First of all, we shouldn't have a draft.
At all?
No, I don't think so. The only reason we would need a draft is because our warmongering politicians are starting wars that they know the American people aren't going to support. To me, a big red flag that they're bringing this up right now, first of all, is we have multiple wars burgeoning around the world.
Like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Please.
So it's felony to mess with this thing, so I haven't touched it. And haven't moved any rocks around it. The archaeologist will be here in the morning. Definitely some features about it that are pretty interesting. And hopefully he can give us an idea of maybe how old it is. I don't think he's going to be doing any testing. So that place right there has been cut out. You can just tell it's level with the water all the way to the
little canoe.
To the back end, or right there to where it goes.
Most people walk by and just think it's a hollowed out tree. Pretty cool.
I don't know what that's all about. Probably because she couldn't paddle when she was down in there. Because it's pretty deep. You know, it doesn't really look like it, but this thing's deeper than your average bathtub.
And I want to live in the woods.
Right there is about the size of a bathtub. Right about there is about the size of a bathtub. Well, that's bigger than a bathtub. I'd say it's about 3 bathtubs long. And that right there is deeper than a bathtub.
So is it this unsafe in America that people have to put cameras all the way up there? That's a house. And they think that somebody's gonna climb up to their homes and steal something. Like, this is insane.
You sure are behind the sun. Looks like there's 2 suns. He put something in front of the sun, right? Am I tripping? Gotta be careful with these TikToks, y'all. Make sure you do your own research. Because it tricked me at first.
Sir, I hate to ask this question, but you have aligned yourself with the man who has bashed women, made countless racist remarks, and you're Ben Carson. Why would you align yourself with that?
Well, you know, you have to look at the good and the bad. There is no...
See the questions they're asking him and how he's responding. Respectful, nice, not like Bernie. Not like the other dude. Hell, you talk kind of you know what I mean? They always show their true colors, y'all.
Perfect person.
No, I know that.
But you know, you look at when Donald Trump first went down to Palm Beach area, and you know, a lot of the clubs down there would not accept Jews and blacks. He insisted on Jews and blacks and helped to break that open. So has he said some things that I wouldn't say or that you wouldn't say? Of course.
By the Justice Department in the 70s for not allowing black tenants into his properties, and he settled with the Justice Department, even though he didn't admit any liability, any wrongdoing. It's very clear to those of us in the law that that means that there was something amiss, and it was a significant consent decree. So the notion that he is a fan of the African American community, I think is...
Well, I will put it this way. I have met a lot of his employees, including African Americans, and they have nothing but good things to say. Somebody who's hired as many people as he has hired, and you can find very few people who have anything negative to say.
Well, what about
then you have to look at his family. I always say one of the ways that you measure a person is looking at their children and how do their children act.
One's a big game hunter. I'm not thrilled with that.
Well, I mean, that's your privilege. But the fact of the matter is, they have been raised very well. They're very respectful. And, I look at a lot of kids who come from very wealthy families, and I am appalled at what I see. So there is no perfect person, but what I think is really the worst thing that threatens our nation right now is a political class, a ruling class, and they are so threatened by anybody who is not beholden to them, they will do virtually anything.
All right, y'all. I've seen a lot of shit in my time.
Then we go another level.
Pay attention. We're going to talk about it and watch this video. I know a lot of y'all going to say a string.
Yeah, we got another camera. Hold on a second, young man. Hold on. Let me cut from this side so that young kid over there can watch. Are you ready? Hold on. That dude my Chuck Berry walk every time he played Lucille. He always did that move right there, yes? And no
string, right?
One.
How is he doing that?
Watch it again.
Explain that part.
Watch it again. Watch it again.
Let's watch that again. That's crazy work, bro. This dude's the devil.
This dude is a devil.
This dude is out in the Bronx. Used to go up there with my uncle back and forth to see him. My uncle said, bro, this the devil. He made me and my homeboy that was with me rings connect together. Like, put our championship football rings together, y'all. I'm giving y'all a little detail on this dude. And why I'm showing this, because usually it's magic. He bit a quarter in half out my pocket. It had blood on his teeth, y'all. This dude's next level. Like I said, I don't believe in magic, but I'm glad I get to show you this guy. There is no string, bro. How is he bringing it and levitating it up with his mouth? His hair? What is he doing? And y'all comment below, man. This is real biz, man. I have to know. Like, I've been watching him for a long time, and I know it's a trick, but I don't know this trick. Somebody.
The founder of Nike got the idea in Japan. He got the shoes in Japan. The founder of Red Bull got the idea in Asia. He wasn't from Asia. The founder of Starbucks got the idea from Italy. More good ideas come from other countries. Travel. You could probably travel too much where you lose money, but get out, man. Go to Canada, go to London, go to Europe, go to Dubai, go to South Africa, go to Brazil. Just go on a trip. I've done short trips and they're fine. I've gone for 3 days. I recommend generally going 7 to 10 days, but if you can only do 4 or 5 days, do it.
Not only that, but I moved from one state to another state, and there are things out here I was like, man, if I knew how to hang up professionally like screen doors in the town I'm in now, I'd make a killing. Because in Arizona, screen doors, big business, right? Nice screen door with the sun or with some quails, or they don't have those out here. Nobody does. They have the only ones you can get are the ones that are at Lowe's and Home Depot. Not the nicest looking ones. Like, if I knew how to hang them up professionally, I could go door to door, because y'all know I can talk. I can talk, right? So I go door to door, and if I knew how to hang those up, 6-figure business quick, I think.
Your phone is, if you're carrying your phone around, you're carrying a microphone, GPS, camera, every day, everywhere.
Everything.
I mean, Orwell would be losing his mind.
And it answers questions.
Yeah,
and it knows where you are.
Yeah, it's like you can just have it like it's that phone. By the way, if you say like, please like turn off, it just says that it's off. It's not actually off.
It's lying.
It could totally lie.
Yeah, and you can't take the battery out anymore.
Basically, like Apple or Android, anytime they want, they can just turn your mic on.
Yeah.
Or your camera, your GPS, everything, and just tell you it's off. Wow, look at the settings. It says it's off.
Our neighborhood friends BlackRock just invested $550 million in a decarbonization plant based out of Texas. Now, call me old-fashioned, but I've heard of these things called trees before. And you know who else has heard of trees? China, because they're turning a literal desert into a greener space by planting trees and plants. And already wildlife is returning to this space. It's almost like they understand the value of taking care and raising the value of the land that they sit on. Wouldn't that be nice?
Exactly. We got to build a 550, what was it, billion dollar plant to do this. Probably not good for the environment. You can just plant luscious trees, luscious plants, luscious grass, luscious, and it's just going to make the world a better place, right? Animals are going to be happy, whatever. They don't do that, y'all. I don't know. That's why we're a failing country, right? Because they're too much about this.
I'll do a deep zoom for you. Watch this.
This is pretty creepy, y'all. Check this out. Now, the original theory of this is that the driver is the one that shot him, right? But they took that out of the footage, right? And show us the footage we've all seen. I've gotten that clip on here, but it was a copyright. I couldn't put the video out, so I had to delete it. But this, hopefully this passes. That's the theory that they say, is that the driver was in on it, right? Maybe not the only shooter, right? Because they say there was multiple, but he's got a gun in his hand.
My question for you is, how are you incorporating these developments into your decision to stay? And separately, what concerns do you have about Vice President Harris's ability to beat Donald Trump if she were at the top of the ticket?
Look, I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be vice president, but I think she's not qualified to be president. So let's start there.
Elizabeth Warren spars with CNBC anchor over Harris price gouging plan. Rob, if you got this clip, it's confusing because they're going back and forth and he's not letting her speak. She's not letting him speak. And he eventually gets frustrated. You just have to see this exchange. Go ahead, Rob.
That's sophistry. Your example on craft. Your example on craft is even worse.
You finished first. In any of the states around the country that already have price gouging laws in place.
Can I tell you why that those are fallacious and misleading at best? And the craft, your craft analogy is even, why can't I tell you? Please let me tell you. Craft, you say, was 440% profit increase. The example you used, the prior quarter from the year before, they had a charge of $1.3 billion, an accounting change which wiped out profits.
I'm going to check that debate out.
fuck?
Kind of funny though, right? Protesters.
Hold on, are they trying to say like Crimea River that
But I
everyone's
don't
dying in
get
Gaza?
protesting.
Like,
Like, they don't care. You're out there. You think
the
they
White
care?
House's rebuttals, Crimea River.
Well, when you go into space, country borders go away, except
Yeah.
for two places.
Here's
There are
y'all's
two places.
favorite.
You can still see
Tyson.
two borders from space. One of them in the daytime, you can see the border of Israel with surrounding deserts, because Israel irrigates, and so it's green, and the surrounding areas are brown. You can see that from space. Another border, which you can see from space at night, is, of course, North and South Korea. And if you look at the GDP per capita differences between Israel and surrounding nations and South Korea and North Korea, space can reveal economic inequities in at least those two places, which is itself kind of a stunning fact.
So you guys are not going to believe this. Yesterday, the Las Vegas Metro Police Department posted on their Twitter page or their X page a picture of a monolith that looks like something that got dropped out of an alien spacecraft or something. It's literally sitting in the middle of the desert, north of Gas Peak. North of the valley. Yeah, or near Gas Peak. They said, we see a lot of weird things when people go hiking, like not being prepared for the weather, not bringing enough water. But check this out. Over the weekend, Las Vegas Metro Police Department Search and Rescue spotted this mysterious monolith near Gas Peak, north of the valley. And they just casually dropped this monolith on their page like, oh, you know, whatever. It's, you know, whatever. It's fine. It's cool. It's all right. And then the very next thing they post is, while the internet gets to work on this mystery, remember when enjoying our incredible outdoors, use the trail system, which they didn't even go into detail on what the trail system was. I don't know. Anyway, what do you guys think this is? Do you think this is like something that is not of this earth? Or do you think it's just like a prank someone's pulling?
All right, family, there you have today's reaction. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I thought that was one heck of a reaction. Sorry if I talked too much, right? I like to talk, y'all. I like to talk and chit chat with you guys. Y'all are my people. Y'all are my homies. Y'all are my friends, y'all. But that's today's reaction, y'all. So make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys, I tried to fix the screen a little bit. I got a little bit of comments yesterday saying it's too zoomed in. Understand, I can't make it a full screen. Even like people that have it a full screen, it's still a little bit, right? That's just the way TikToks come in. They come in, people film on their phones like this. If they film like this, it'd be a full screen on TikTok. But unfortunately, TikTok's for your phone. You know what I mean? So it's not for the full screen. But anyways, y'all, like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow. Rumble, second YouTube page, email, Instagram down below. Send me some clips, send me some videos, send me whatever you want. Say what's up. I reply. This is Segovia. I'm signing out of the man cave. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow. Later.